Hey everybody, it's Rob from Cheap Comic Collector, and this is episode number 87. Yep, and today we're going to be doing another What Am I Reading episode, so we're going to be going over these books here. But before we do that, I wanted to give you a little update on yesterday's haul video from the Comics Den garage sale. I had showed this Korak, Son of Tarzan book, and was going through this, the issues and listing them, putting them into my list of the issues that I've got, and I got excited because it turns out that this was actually a number one on the very first issue. So I got all excited about that, and then, but then when I did a page count, it turns out it's missing the centerfold. So a little disappointed. Kind of brought me down off my high a little bit, and it has this hole in the cover, which I wasn't too concerned about, especially with it being a number one. But especially since they reprint the front cover as the back cover without the logo and just kind of have it as a pinup, so the art is still there. But anyway, I found through that box I found about 4 issues that were missing the centerfold. So a little disappointed in that. But I might have kind of did that to myself. I think there was some boxes in the middle of the floor at the garage sale that I was going through. Nobody else was going through them. And I was putting them in my boxes and, just grabbing issues that I wanted, just like all the other boxes. And then afterwards, when I moved on to somewhere else, I heard the owner say to someone else that those were actually, comics that you could grab for free. And so I was like, oh, great. I just, put a bunch of free issues in my boxes that now I'm going to have to pay for them because I don't know what's what. And didn't say anything because it was, just one of those things that happened. It was crowded. There was a lot of people there. And, they just, nobody said anything to me about, that they were free. They weren't marked as free or anything. So, anyway, I think that's where those issues came from because none of them were bagged, and that's basically where I got most of the unbagged issues from. And so anyway, yeah, all's good. I mean, for the price, I did figure out the price is also the price I got was 47 cents a piece for all those books and for the next couple of short boxes I'll be showing you. So anyway, just wanted to update you on that. And then we're going to go through these books. I'm going to start with Convergence Detective Comics. I had done a video earlier kind of panning the Convergence series. I didn't like it. I didn't like the miniseries. And then I read the first few. I guess I didn't like the regular series, and then there's like a ton of 2-issue miniseries that go along with it that I read the first few of those, and I didn't like those either. I got the entire Convergence series in a box, and I'm still working my way through them, and I'm happy to report that it got much better. I think I would have liked the series better if I had read it the way it was issued, probably with like, the first couple issues and then some of the miniseries and so on and so forth. If I had some kind of reading order, or if I had taken the time to look at on sale dates and figure out a reading order, I think I would have maybe enjoyed it more. But starting with, I'm reading the mini issues in order, alphabetical order. So I'm up to, this is the last one that I read was Detective Comics. But starting with Blue Beetle, they got a lot better. Blue Beetle was good. Booster Gold was really good. Catwoman was really good. Crime Syndicate 1 I didn't like as much. The story was good, the artwork was good, but yeah, I just didn't feel any empathy from the characters because it was all bad guys, and it was written in a way that you're supposed to feel empathy for them, but you just don't because it's all bad guys. So, and then Detective Comics just blew me away. I saw Robin on the cover, so I thought it was going to be like an old time Batman and Robin team up or something, and instead it's favorites from Earth 2. It's got Earth 2 Robin, the adult Earth 2 Robin, and Huntress in it as the stars, and they're going up against the Russian Superman. And it was just phenomenally done. Just great artwork, great characterization, great story. I'm not going to go through the whole story, but because I don't want to, I try not to spoil the issues for anybody who has yet to read them. But this is the first issue, and it's got a good ending. The ending was a little they hooked up the ending a little bit, where there's kind of a reset in time or something, which didn't make a whole lot of sense to me, but it was the only way for them to get the happy ending that they wanted in the story, I guess. So this was really well done. I really enjoyed it. So now I'm starting to look forward to reading the rest of them because I don't know what's going to be in store for me. So, let's see. Lin Wayne wrote it. Dennis Cohen was the penciler. Bill Sinkiewicz was the inker, and just a really good read, especially for JSA fans. This isn't one that sticks out as a JSA issue. So if you guys enjoy the Justice Society and you want to take a look at the old Earth 2, that's a great book. That's definitely the favorite out of the ones I'm showing today. So now we have Marvel Team Up number 22 from 1974. Got Spider-Man and Hawkeye going at it. And Len Wein wrote this too. What do you know? Sal Buscema was the artist. Frank Giacoya is the inker. And I have no idea if I say the names right. I just not very good at names pronunciation. And basically, Hawkeye pins Spider-Man to the wall with arrows just because he wants to get his attention. He's trying to prove himself after leaving the Avengers, and he enlists Spider-Man's help, which doesn't make a lot of sense if you're trying to prove yourself as a solo act to enlist somebody's help. And they go up against Quasimodo, and eventually defeat him. It does have the Marvel value stamp in there, which is always fun to see. And then there's a nice 2-page spread in here too. That's pretty awesome. And it was a fun story. It was fun. It's kind of typical of that era. The artwork is, as you can see, is phenomenal. Just great stuff. And from there, we moved on to the first issue of the New Wave from Eclipse Comics, 1986. They had these 50-cent comics. Airboy was one of them too that came out every other week. And they're not as thick as a normal comic. They're only about 16 pages, I think. But it doesn't matter because some of the some Marvel comics, I think back in the 70s, they only had like 16, 18 page stories anyway. And this was an interesting take. These were new characters to me. I'd never read them before. And the characters don't really get fully introduced in this first issue. It takes its time to build the story, which I really appreciate. Interesting panel layouts, a lot of smaller panels so they can get the information in there that they need. And basically there's a group of people that are working on a project, and they follow orders to get the guy out of the room that's the head of the project. And then they do something that he was trying to avoid, I guess, and they bring this guy in from another dimension. And there's a lot of arguing back and forth. This guy's the smug guy that's in charge that has his own agenda apparently, and it just kind of goes from there. It's a nice setup. It's interesting. I'm definitely gonna be looking for more of these. And then take another look at the cover here. So the only character we really know for sure is this guy that showed up. He's not named yet. He's just an alien from another dimension. This is actually a security robot that stops the characters from doing what they're trying to do. And then I assume these other characters are some of the other people that are in this issue that, are going to get powers. But it was fun. It was fun. I enjoyed that one too. And lastly, we have 1977, number 21 of Marvel Classics Comics. This is an adaptation of the novel Master of the World by what's his name? Jules Verne. Yeah, Jules Verne wrote 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea and Around the World in 80 Days, those kind of stories. A lot of them have been adapted to very successful movies. And this was interesting. It kept my interest. I was surprised that I enjoyed it as much as I did. It kind of follows a typical Jules Verne storyline. There's a mysterious vehicles that are appearing around the United States, and this guy that works for the government is put in charge of trying to figure out what they are and then stopping them when they determine that it may be a menace. And so there's a little bit of mystery to it, but not really. It's all very straightforward. And it was a good read. It held my interest. Normally in these kind of stories, I'll nod off a little bit or get bored and have to kind of come back to it, and I didn't. This one held my interest, the way it was set up, and the Marvel Classics don't have any ads except for the ad on the back that's for other issues in the series, and they have a portrait on the back of the author, Jules Verne, and it was a good issue. I enjoyed it, so I'm kind of looking forward to seeing more of those. I picked up I think the Invisible Man one was in yesterday's haul. If not, it's in one of the hauls coming up, because that was in the books that I got at the garage sale that the Comics Den did. So that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Please hit like and subscribe. And tomorrow, we'll be going to another short box probably. Probably do another short box from the garage sale. I think I'm just gonna go through those three and get those done with before I go back to the other short boxes that I have. And we will see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. This is a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying what I'm doing, and I'm glad that you guys are liking it also. So have a good one, and we'll see you tomorrow.